This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, which is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, and verse 1 reads, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High Yahweh, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies." Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Kakadash, and Barakatham to the elders, Wa'akim Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is another sit-down lesson of another round of prophecy updates as of August the 25th, 2024, on this Sunday morning at 12:25 a.m. Bring a couple of news articles, as we seen this couple of hours ago. The time zones are kind of different over there in the Middle East in comparison to the United States. And I touched on did a sit-down lesson. I touched on this already. And this is from the Middle East, which is Western Asia. This is from Reuters as of August the 25th, 2024 at 5:14 a.m. Published by Natalia Angel and Maya Jebel from Reuters, and it reads, Hezbollah launched missiles barrage at Israel to revenge top commander. It says, views show smoke and fire in the Lebanese side of the border with Israel after Israel said that it had noted armed group Hezbollah preparing to attack Israel and carry out a preemptive strike on Hezbollah targets in Lebanon, as seen as the Tyre, South Lebanon, as of August the 25th, 2024. It says Hezbollah launched hundreds of rockets and drones against Israel on Sunday in a retaliation of the assassination of senior commander in Beirut last month. The Iranian-backed movement said as the Iran-backed movement says, as Israel cabinet preparing a response. And it says the Israeli jets has hit targets in Lebanon shortly before the strikes, as the military assessed that Hezbollah was preparing to begin a barrage. The military says Hezbollah said it had launched more than 320 cavalry-style rockets towards Israel and hit 11 military targets. And it says the barrage has completed the first phase of its response to the assassination of Fuad Shokar, a senior commander in Beirut, but that the full response will take some time. Expectations of an escalation between the two sides has risen since the missile strike on the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights last 12 months, killing 12 youngsters, and the Israeli military assassination of Shokar in Beirut. In response, the Israeli cabinet wants to meet at 7 a.m. The Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu officials announced. Foreign Minister Israel Katz said Israel will respond to developments on the ground, but not seeking a full-scale war. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said Israel will do whatever necessary to defend itself. We had conducted a precise strikes in Lebanon in order to throttle an enemy threat against the citizens of Israel. We are closely following development in Beirut, and we are determined to call all means at our disposal in order to defend our citizens, Gallant said in a statement. Most of the strikes were hitting targets in southern Lebanon, but the military was ready to strike anywhere, and there was a threat. And the Israeli military spokesperson said Gallant declared a state of emergency, and flights from Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv was suspended for around 90 minutes, but the airport shortly normal operations were expected to resume by 7 a.m. In northern Israel, warning sirens sound, and multiple explosions were heard around several areas as Israel Iron Dome area defense system shot down rockets coming from southern Lebanon As Israel men down David Abdullah Amalek's service said it was on high alert over the country. It says the Israeli issued a civil defiance in its instructions from the central Israel to the north, limiting gatherings but authorizing people to go to work as long as they were able to reach air raid shelters quickly. There were no casualties immediately reported in the Israel, according to the ambulance service. Fears of regional conflict, as security sources in Lebanon say at least 40 Israeli strikes hit various towns in the country south in one of the deadest bombardments since the hostilities began in October. As residents of as the southern Lebanese town of Zibquint, some 7 kilometers or 4 miles from the borders, told Reuters it was the first time he had awakening to the sounds of planes and loud explosions of rockets. Even before the dawn prayer, it felt like the apocalypse. The Israeli radio citing defiance officials said the military assessed that Hezbollah has been preparing for a fire of hundreds of missiles into central Israel as an attack planned for 5 a.m. Excuse me. Around 100 Israeli jets followed the Hezbollah missile strikes, beginning their attacks in half an hour beforehand. The report says, adding that the military assessment was subsequently Hezbollah rockets was improvised. Dozens of Israeli Air Force jets are currently striking targets in various locations in southern Lebanon. We are continuing to remove threats. The intensively strikes against Hezbollah, the group's organization, says a military spokesperson, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari. The Israeli escalation has strong fears of wider regional conflict, potentially involving the United States. It says potentially involving both the United States and Iran. President Joe Biden was following events closely, the White House said, as this direction the senior U.S. officials has been communicating continuously with their Israeli counterparts. We will keep supporting Israel's right to defend itself, and we will keep working in regional stability, says National Security Council spokesperson Sean Savat mentioned. It says the strike came as negotiations were meeting in Cairo in a last-ditch effort to conclude the halt to fighting in Gaza and a return of Israeli and foreign hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. Hezbollah fired missiles immediately after October 7 attacks by Hamas gunmen on Israel. Hezbollah and Israel has been exchanging fire constantly ever since, while avoiding a major escalation as war rages in Gaza to the south. A precarious balance appeared to shift after the strike in the Golan Heights, for which Hezbollah denied responsibility, and subsequently assassination of the so-called one of Hezbollah's most senior military commanders in Beirut. Shakal's death in an airstrike was quickly followed by the assassination of Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, which led to follows reprisal against Israel by Iran. Excuse me. Bring out a scripture. So as we've been seeing, the escalation's definitely been heating up between Iran and Israel and the pro-Iranian groups of Hezbollah versus the IDF, especially the borders between Lebanon and Israel have been heating up on both sides. And this is the prophet Joel. chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Right, that's what we're seeing over there in the Middle East. Of nuclear escalations are heating up, especially like I mentioned before, Iran versus Israel, Hezbollah versus the IDF of a cross-border conflict, the borders of Lebanon and throughout Israel as well too. This is the prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. Beat your plowshares and swords and plenty hooks into spears and let the weak say I'm strong. Right, that's the pro-Iranian groups, and Iran is heating up against the IDF. And now we're starting to see let the weak say I'm strong, especially over there in the Middle East, which is Western Asia. This is so I'm gonna leave it at that. And this is the book of 2nd Ezra. Yep, 2nd Ezra 15, verse 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people should stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Right, we know the modern day sword is the weapon and the instrument as well too. That's what we're seeing of the ongoing escalations between Iran and Israel and the proxy groups throughout that whole region, going against the, all those proxy groups, which is pro-Iranian groups that backed by Iran, that's allies with the resistance of the Palestinians as well too. And they are going against the Israel Defense Force and the United States armies as well too, as of lately. 2nd Ezra 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings or their princes, and of course their actions stand in power. Right, we're going to be seeing that as well too. So we'll bring out some more news articles. Tropical storm Hans outer bands lashes Hawaii's Big Island as Silicon passes south of Archipelago. So that's Isaiah 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visit of Yahweh of hosts with storms and tempests and the flame of our fire. And 2nd Ezra 9 verse 2. Thou shalt, 2nd Ezra 9 verse 2. The visitation from the Heavenly Father. So I'm going to read it again. It says, tropical storm Hans outer band slashes Hawaii's Big Island as Silicon passes south of Archipelago. Published by Scott Sistek as Fox News, published on August the 25th, 2025. It says a tropical storm is in effect parts of Hawaii as a tropical storm Hans swirls south of a Big Island. Communities have been off and on squally weather, which is expected to continue at least through Monday. A tropical storm warning missed tropical storm forces winds to 39 to 74 miles per hour was expected within the next 36 hours. I want to make everyone is take care of these things that need to take care of around the house, said Hawaii County Major Mitch Princeff. Checklist, whether it's putting aside water or clothes or things like that. It says, what is a forecast for Tropical Storm Homer? The National Hurricane Center says hurricane hunters found Hunt's peak wind speed are now 65 miles per hour and the hottest gusts at Saturday evening, with the center of the storm less than 200 miles away from Halileo. One of the forecast tracks, the center of the circulation will remain south of the Hawaii Islands during the next several days. The tropical storm is expected to remain far enough south of the islands to prevent a direct landfall, but the storm will pass close enough to bring heavy rain and strong winds. Many of the islands, especially of the mountain downslope areas. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 9 and verse 2. Then thou shalt understand it is a very same time wherein the highest, which is Yahweh, will begin to visit the world which he made. Right, with these weather conditions, tornadoes, earthquakes, landslides, floodings, and etc. Second Ezra verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars, and people the world. Right, so increasing earthquakes and uproars, people the world, which we definitely see in our world today. So bring out some more news articles of more prophecy updates. Hezbollah said, we launch an attack and the avenged for the killing of Farah Shakal. It says power outages in Iraq following the rise of rockets over there in the Middle East, in that area. It says Australian police says 4 people injured in a city stabbing attack. I believe they was like a search warrant or something like that over in Sydney, Australia. I believe the suspect has crashed his car that had caused the scene. Then he had stabbed 4 people. In another news article, it says Iraqi militant claims to have launched drone attack on Haifa, which I did a sit-down lesson on that, say about a couple of hours ago. It says, this is from August the 25th, 2024, and it reads from the Jerusalem Post staff. It says Iraqi claims to have launched a drone attack on Haifa reports. One of the pro-militaries in Iraq said it has launched a drone attack in Haifa early Sunday morning, according to the group's Telegram, aka News. The Islamic Resistance in Iraq is a network of military affiliates with the Islamic Republic groups, which is the IRGC. The groups claim that the attack, which has not been confirmed, was launched in support of our people in Gaza. Arab News subsequently reported that the interception was carried out in Syrian territory. Yup, second Ezra verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars in people the world, so we're going to see the increase in earthquakes and the uproar in people the world as well too. This is Ecclesiasticus, which is Ecclesiasticus 3 verse 8. And a time to love, and a time of HATE, and a time of war, and a time of peace. We're definitely living in a time of war, as we're seeing the nuclear escalations, wars heating up between the different nations, different kingdoms. Definitely between Hezbollah versus the Israeli Defense Force, and Iran versus Israel as well too, over there in the Middle East of Western Asia. And we're living in a time of lawlessness and iniquity as well too. You can put that in the category of HATE as well too. And this is the prophet Jeremiah 28 in verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before thee and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and the pestilence. Right, so we're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and the pestilence. And that's what we're seeing in our world today, increasing war, evil, and the pestilence. That's what we're prophesying about, just like our forefathers did. And this is the prophet Isaiah 17 and verse 1. It says, the burden of Damascus, behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be as a ruined heap. Right, Damascus is taken away from being a city, shall be as a ruined heap, because there's a war zone ton of country over there. Especially the escalations are heating up between the borders of Israel, which is the IDF, using airstrikes over there to target the Syrian armies, to target the pro-Iranian groups, and target the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps as well too, as escalations are heating up on both sides across the border between the nations. That's why we see in Damascus, Syria is in progress, taken away from being a city and shall be a ruined heap. And that's what we're seeing in progress. And this is Isaiah 13 and verse 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which they should not regard silver, and as for gold, they should not delight in it. Right, the Medes, which is the Russians. Because the Heavenly Father is going to continue to stir up the Medes to put that the Russian being that warlike mindset, just like it says Ezekiel 38 verse 4. While we're seeing the Russia-Ukraine situation is heating up, and Russia versus the United States, that's going to be heating up as well too. So I'm gonna bring out so I'm gonna look up some time of Israel. It says after a preemptive strike on Hezbollah, PM vows whoever harm us, we will harm them. It says universities cancel exams after IDF Hezbollah attack. It says IDF releases footage of preemptive attack on Hezbollah rockets launches. The BGERM announced resume of service. Since your mother died, she would talk to me like I was a real person. She was using you, Mom. I took the test. I'm an American. She's the only one that treats me like I'm human. Where is she? Where is she? I was gonna save the boy. So I'm gonna go to check out another news article. Oh yeah, I think it was look up that news article about this EEE stuff over there in Massachusetts. It says a rare, deadly inquink V-word spreads in New York and can jump to human via mosquitoes. So it reaches over there from New York to the outskirts of Massachusetts as well too. It says that deep reports of cases of the EEE and white-tailed deer in Connecticut. So it reached parts of Connecticut, right, multiple states. It says the eastern equine encephalopathies conform horses in multiple states. Let's see. It says an imminent threat to public declared. Check Massachusetts. It says state officials announced plans to spread 4 mosquitoes section in Westchester. It says a rare but deadly mosquito V-word infection has Massachusetts towns urgent vigilance. The first human case of EEE in mass since 2020 prompted warnings in one town to a curfew. Northeastern towns issues a voluntary lockdown to prevent spreads of mosquito. Bring up that second edges. And this is the book of Second Edges, 15 verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring plagues upon the world." Right, because you got those EEE outbreak, and you got the chloria outbreak, you got the measles outbreak, you got the mpox outbreak. So these are pests and plagues from the Heavenly Father that He's bringing upon the earth. It says, "Behold, saith Yahweh, that I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction," as well too. Now, if I bring out some more news articles, we'll go for that news now. So these is just recent prophecy updates as of August the 25th, 2024. Check out some more news articles. It says Ukrainian shellings kills 5 civilians as Russia's Belgorod region governor says. Right, as we've been seeing, Russia-Ukraine situation been intensifying. And that goes into that nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom as well too. Wars and rumors of wars. It says 4 injured in a stabbing attack in Sydney, Australia, which I touched on already. It says a back-to-back order issues for workers at 2 major Canadian railroads, because I believe they had doing protests about the railroads over there in Canada. And that's uproars of people in the world. You know, when they do protests, rising up against their leaders in power. And that's what we've been seeing. That's in the second Edge, the 15th chapter. It says Iran will coordinate with Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis against Israel, expert predicts. It says dozens protest Iraq drone strike that kills 2 journalists. Right, upwards of people in the world. It says Sudan de facto ruler won't join peace talks, vowing to fight for 100 years. And one they shall say peace and safety, sudden stretch component. It says 11 dead, 14 missing in China after a heavy rainstorms. Right, that's the visitation from Heavenly Father with these historical floodings. Hawaii's Big Island is under a tropical storm warning as home threatens floods and fires. Right, then it goes to that Sirach 39 and verse 30, I believe. It says 3 soldiers, military and 5 groups killed as infiltration attempt fold as Pakistan-Afghan border. Right, that's clashes and distress of nations will perplex and the seas rage warring. And upwars and people in the world as well too. Second Edges 9 verse 3. Let's check RT.com. It says Telegram founder Deval arrested by French police. Zelensky signed a law to ban Ukraine's largest church. Check back with the Jerusalem Post once again.
Come on, Jim. You know me. I won't let that happen.
Matter of fact, I'm switch up the topic.
I'm not a bad person, Olivia. Try to let me go. I can't do that. What? You could just get another little. Maybe you could sign another piece of paper. You can adopt another little boy. A little boy who needs a family. You don't know what this means. You can never know. You're not his mother.
Go back to the news now again.
No.
Switch the topic once again. Well, so with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying of these prophecy updates as of another round of prophecy updates as of August the 25th, 2024 on this Sunday morning at 12:56 a.m. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Akakadash, and Barakathum to the elders, Wa'akim Akwaf. Until next time, I will say Shalom.